Ladies and gentlemen, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. You see, life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you deserve. And how do we deserve more? By becoming more. That's the secret. Now, I hear people talk about the law of attraction like it's magic. Like all you've got to do is wish real hard, sit on your couch, visualize a Ferrari, and somehow the keys show up in your mailbox. Folks, let me tell you something. That's not how it works. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. But here's the twist. The law of attraction does work. When you do, let me explain, success is not something you run after. It's not something you chase down the street like a bus you're late for. Success is something you attract through the person you become. This idea is powerful because it flips the script. Most people spend their lives chasing after opportunities, money, recognition, or success itself, never realizing that what they're really doing is trying to collect rewards without becoming the kind of person who naturally receives them. Imagine trying to plant seeds in dry, cracked soil and expecting a lush harvest. It doesn't work that way. The soil must be prepared, and in life you are the soil. When you prepare yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, you begin to draw success to you. Not through wishful thinking, but by alignment. Your character, habits, attitude, and mindset become the magnets that draw results. You see, the world responds not to what you want, but to who you are. That's the essence of the law of attraction, properly understood. Success is not something outside of you that you run toward. It's something that responds to the energy, effort, and identity you carry with you. If you're constantly anxious, bitter, lazy, or negative, you repel opportunities. Even if something good comes your way, you won't recognize it or be ready to receive it. Jim Rohn once said, "If you want more, you have to become more." That's not just a catchy phrase, it's a life principle. If you want more success, become more disciplined. If you want more influence, develop stronger character. If you want more income, become more valuable. It's always about growth. It's about transformation. Success is a byproduct of who you are, not just what you do. Think of successful people you admire. They didn't just do lucky things. They became people who consistently create, deliver, and attract results. That kind of consistency is rooted in identity, not tactics. Strategies change, trends shift, but a person of substance, someone who is aligned in mind, body, and spirit with their purpose, will always be in demand. And here's what's beautiful about this truth. It puts the power back in your hands. You don't have to wait for luck. You don't have to wait for someone to give you a chance. You don't even have to wait for the right time. You can begin right now by building yourself into someone success naturally flows toward. Now, becoming that person isn't always glamorous. It means reading when others are scrolling. It means waking up early when others are sleeping in. It means taking ownership of your flaws and working on them, day by day. It means practicing gratitude, staying consistent, learning from failure, and staying humble when success does show up. You won't need to chase validation when you live this way. You won't need to beg for attention or hope someone discovers you. When you become valuable, the world will notice. People will find you. Opportunities will begin to present themselves. You'll be in rooms you used to only dream about. And it won't be because you tricked anyone. It'll be because you grew into someone who belongs there. This is not theory. It's not wishful thinking. It's a truth proven over and over by people who decided to stop chasing and started becoming. You don't have to pursue success like a shadow. Stand in your light. Do the work, develop the mindset, build the habits, and watch success walk toward you. Positive thinking is powerful. It's where everything begins. The way you think shapes your perspective, influences your emotions, and sets the tone for your decisions. But here's the truth most people overlook. Thoughts alone aren't enough. You can sit in your room and think positive thoughts all day long, but if you don't get up and act, nothing changes. The law of attraction has been misunderstood by many. People believe that if they just focus on what they want and imagine it clearly enough, it will appear. But success doesn't work like magic. Visualization is a tool, It's not the full process. Yes, it's important to see yourself achieving your goals. Yes, it's important to believe that good things are possible for you. But belief without effort is just fantasy. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The mind sets the destination, but your feet still need to walk the path. You can visualize being wealthy, but if you're not budgeting, saving, learning, or investing, that wealth will remain an image in your mind, not a reality in your life. You can picture yourself being healthy, energetic, and fit, but if you're not eating right, moving your body, and getting enough rest, that vision won't come to life. It's not because the law of attraction doesn't work, it's because the law of action hasn't been obeyed. Every result you see in life is the product of action. Success doesn't come to the one who wishes the hardest. It comes to the one who works the smartest and most consistently. The law of attraction is really about alignment, aligning your mindset with your goals with your habits, and your habits with your daily actions. If you think like a successful person but act like a lazy one, you're out of alignment. And when you're out of alignment, you don't attract results. You attract frustration. Action doesn't have to be big and dramatic. In fact, real success is often built on small, repeated actions. Tiny habits done daily accumulate into massive change over time. Reading 10 pages a day doesn't feel like much, but over a year, that's over 3 zeros. 0 pages of knowledge. Doing 10 push-ups a day may seem minor, but in 365 days, you'll have done 650 push-ups and built discipline in the process. The compound effect of consistent, focused action is what transforms lives. But here's the key: your actions must match your desires. If you say you want to start a business, what are you doing today to prepare? If you want to write a book, how many words did you write this week? If you want better relationships, how are you showing up for the people around you? Clarity of thought leads to clarity of action. But clarity alone won't move you. You have to commit. You have to decide that you're done just wishing and you're ready to start working. The law of attraction becomes powerful when it is combined with the law of discipline and the law of persistence. You attract success not just by thinking about it, but by proving through your actions that you're ready for it. When you act in faith, you send a message to the world and to yourself that you are serious, that you're not just dreaming but doing, and the moment you begin to act, even in small ways, life starts responding. Momentum builds, energy shifts, opportunities begin to appear, not by accident, but because now you're in motion, and motion attracts motion. So yes, think positive, dream big, visualize clearly, but don't stop there. Get up, show up, put in the work. Because it's not your thoughts alone that shape your destiny. It's the actions you take every single day that bring your dreams to life. Your attitude is one of the most powerful forces in determining how far you'll go in life. It is the lens through which you view every experience, every challenge, and every opportunity. When people say your attitude determines your altitude, they mean that how you think, how you respond, and how you carry yourself has a direct impact on how successful you become. It's not your background, your education, or your circumstances that make or break you. It's your mindset. Every day, we are faced with choices, not just about what to do, but how to think about what's happening around us. Two people can face the exact same setback. One sees it as a defeat, the other as a lesson. One gives up, the other grows up. The difference, attitude. Your attitude shapes how you interpret reality. A person with a positive, resilient attitude sees potential where others see problems. They don't pretend challenges don't exist. They simply choose not to be defeated by them. They understand that adversity is part of the process, and they refuse to let it rob them of their determination. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" This mindset is magnetic. It attracts people, opportunities, and resources. People want to be around others who are optimistic, enthusiastic, and forward-thinking. No one is drawn to negativity, bitterness, or constant complaining. When your attitude reflects hope, confidence, and integrity, you stand out, and when you stand out, doors begin to open. Your attitude also affects your energy, and your energy affects your results. Have you ever noticed how your entire day changes based on how you start it? If you wake up and say, "Today is going to be tough," chances are it will be. But if you wake up and say, "Today I'm going to find a way to win," your mind starts looking for possibilities. Your body follows your thoughts, your mood follows your perspective, and over time, your results follow your consistent mental state. Jim Rohn said, "You cannot change the seasons, but you can change yourself." That's attitude. You may not be able to control the economy, the weather, or what other people say or do, but you can always control your response. That's where your real power lies. Life will test you. Things won't always go your way. People will disappoint you. You will fail, but your attitude determines whether that failure becomes a foundation or a final chapter. A strong attitude isn't about being blindly positive. It's about choosing strength when it would be easier to be bitter. It's about staying focused when distractions show up. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does. That level of emotional control doesn't just help you succeed, it proves that you're ready for more. Think about the people who inspire you. They're not perfect. They've struggled, they've failed, but what sets them apart is their mindset. They keep showing up, they speak life, they move forward even when the path isn't clear. That's what makes them rise, and you can do the same. Attitude is a choice. It's a decision you make daily, sometimes moment by moment. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Because when you choose a powerful attitude, you take control of your life. You stop reacting and start leading. You stop waiting and start creating. You become the kind of person success is attracted to, not because you're lucky, but because your attitude lifted you to a level where luck, opportunity, and preparation finally met. So yes, your attitude determines your altitude. Keep it strong, keep it focused, keep it grateful, and watch how far you'll go. Most people spend the majority of their time working hard at their jobs, putting in long hours, trying to get ahead, hoping for a raise, or aiming for the next promotion. While there's value in being diligent and committed to your work, there's a deeper truth that separates the truly successful from the merely busy. The greatest investment you will ever make is in yourself. If you want to attract more, achieve more, and live more, you must work on yourself more than you work on your job. Your job will earn you a living, but working on yourself will earn you a fortune. When you improve who you are, your mindset, your skills, your discipline, your communication, your emotional intelligence, you increase your value, and value is what the marketplace rewards. You don't get paid for your time. You get paid for the value you bring to that time. Two people can work the same job for the same number of hours, but one will earn more simply because they bring more to the table. That difference, it comes from personal development. Jim Rohn used to say, if you want to be wealthy and happy, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And he was right. Working on yourself means becoming more aware, more skilled, more mature, more focused, and more intentional. It's about refining your thinking, developing new habits, and strengthening your character. The person you become is far more important than the position you hold. Think about it. Jobs can change. Companies can fold. Economies can crash. But the person you've become, your mindset, your confidence, your knowledge, can never be taken from you. When you invest in yourself, you become resilient. You're no longer dependent on a title or position to define your value. You carry your worth with you wherever you go, and that's powerful. Personal growth also opens new doors. When you improve yourself, you start seeing opportunities you never noticed before. You become more solution-oriented. You build better relationships, you develop leadership qualities, you handle stress better, you communicate with more clarity. These are the intangible traits that lead to tangible rewards. You don't have to beg for promotions or chase success. It comes looking for you, because you've become the kind of person who naturally attracts it. This journey of working on yourself isn't something you do once. it's a lifelong commitment. It might mean reading a book each month, listening to a podcast on your commute, taking a course to improve a skill, or simply being more intentional with your habits and routines. It's not about overhauling your life in one day. It's about small, consistent improvements over time that compound into massive growth. But here's what you need to understand. Personal development doesn't just make you more successful. It makes you more fulfilled. When you grow, you feel alive, you gain confidence, you live with purpose, you stop settling and start striving. Life becomes more exciting when you realize that your potential is not fixed, but expandable. You're not stuck where you are. You're simply in the process of becoming who you're meant to be. There's no shortcut to personal growth. It takes humility to admit you need to improve. It takes discipline to keep going when no one's watching. It takes vision to see a better version of yourself and work toward it every day. But the reward is worth it, not just in money or career advancement, but in the kind of life you build, a life of meaning, a life of contribution, a life that reflects the best of who you are. So the next time you think about working harder, pause and ask, am I also working on myself? Because the job you have today might change, but the person you are becoming, that's what truly determines your future. So as we come to the end of this message, remember this simple but powerful truth. Your greatest project in life is you, not your job, not your paycheck, not your title. You, when you commit to growing, improving, and becoming just a little bit better every single day, you begin to change the course of your entire life. You become stronger, wiser, more capable. You stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You stop depending on luck and start depending on your own development. Work on yourself more than you work on your job, and watch how everything begins to shift. The results you want, the success you're after, the life you dream about, they're not found in working harder out there. They're unlocked by going deeper in here, because when you get better, everything gets better. Thank you, and never stop becoming the person success is waiting for.